During the 1990s, Monsanto Corporation's devastating attack against farmers, their genetically modified frankenfoods, and their neurotoxic pesticides inspired people to push government into legislating certification standards for foods. But thanks to Big Pharma, Bill Gates, and pop culture media brainwashing, Monsanto still stands strong and is ready to take complete control of your food supply, with the help of the same powerful families and foundations who already control the money and the energy. Their plans to do so are comprehensively laid out in a recent report published at Corey Diggs. The indoor vertical farming industry, which is a highly innovative and efficient method, is being funded by Bill Gates and pushed by the World Economic Forum as a replacement to conventional outdoor farming. AeroFarms is the industry leader in vertical farming, and they also co-developed the first CRISPR gene-edited produce product and worked with the NIH to produce proteins for the deadly COVID vaccines. AeroFarms makes it clear that they are not conventional gardeners. They are all about synthetic food products, which is clearly the trend in this growing industry.
AeroFarms is the leader in vertical farming. We define vertical farming as layer upon layer of plant growth. We grow plants without sun, without soil, and most importantly in fully controlled environments, which allow us to really understand how plant growth works and how to scale plant growth to optimize. And the optimization is key for what I'm about to share. And this is how we can be most impactful to COVID-19. As we all know, part of the ability of humanity to get through COVID-19 is to have therapies and vaccines so we could go upon living our lives. And the challenge is to scale the solutions once they appear. And at AeroFarms, fortunately, we've been working on very specific therapeutic solutions and vaccine boosters, as well as creating a platform to produce proteins for protein-based vaccine solutions. And as some background, about 30% of all vaccines are protein-based. Our part in this solution is to produce the protein that is used as a vaccine or a pharmaceutical ingredient that's manufactured into a vaccine. So first, on the specific therapeutic and vaccine booster we've been working with a leading professor who has used these proteins as a vaccine in animals and has gone through preclinical trials with excellent results to provide confidence to a lot of parties to go into now human trials. And we are working to be the partner to scale up this solution. And our expertise in growing plants to optimize protein production really aligns with this professor and what he's doing. Again, we understand the environmental systems to maximize the proteins, which essentially allows us to grow plants faster, to produce proteins faster in a more cost-effective manner. We have the capacity now to do this and convert one of our existing farms. We've built 10 farms, one of which is the largest vertical farm in the world, and we can convert the capacity of one of our farms to treat pretty much every American and every person in the United States that has high symptoms for COVID-19.
Monsanto is creating specially tailored genetically cut seeds for these vertical farms. And the University of California is developing a plant-based mRNA vaccine that farms can grow in heads of lettuce, which happens to be the main crop of these new farms. These GMO farms already provide food at major outlets including Kroger, Walmart, and Whole Foods, and are massively expanding. And it's not only fresh produce that's getting genetically modified. The USDA and FDA have already approved genetic modifications on pigs, salmon, and cattle, and they have approved synthetic lab-grown meat. Bill Gates' Good Food Institute plans to reimagine meat production with $10 million of support from the USDA. But in order to make their big pharma food supply the new American model, they will need a major crisis. The 2020 lockdowns distressed the supply chain, which was further affected by U.S. sanctions against Russia. This has created a food shortage crisis. Add to that, over a dozen food processing plants have mysteriously been destroyed in the past several weeks. as well as major fertilizer plants during a major fertilizer crisis. To make matters worse, Union Pacific Railroad forces a 20% reduction in shipments from the world's largest fertilizer company. And when the people demand a solution, as it turns out, Bill Gates is heavily invested in alternative fertilizers and is also a chief stockholder of the Canadian National Railway, who claims to be helping the fertilizer market grow. Perhaps Bill Gates and Monsanto will volunteer to save everyone with their new gene-edited bacteria fertilizer. And maybe it will backfire like it did in Africa, when after 15 years of trying to help, all Gates and Monsanto accomplished was increasing starvation by 31%. But that's okay, because it's Monsanto Bayer to the rescue with their big pharma food factories, with brand new mRNA vaccine lettuce. And as if this wasn't bad enough, the stated goal of this new frankenfood industry is to make all food traceable, and that means coating it all in nanotech. Who controls the food supply controls the people. Who controls the energy can control whole continents. Who controls money can control the world.
Within a supply chain, farmers can leverage a digital birth certificate created by Atma.io and stored in MasterCard provenance as a guarantee to trading partners, retailers, restaurants, and consumers, even in case of a product recall, thereby increasing the value of their goods and negotiating power. Manufacturers, processors, and distributors can all monitor the freshness of goods throughout the production process, reducing food waste and excess inventory. And retailers and food service providers can ensure the entire end-to-end journey of a product at the item level, enabling more efficient and faster recall management, greater inventory accuracy, reduced waste, and an opportunity to use the food product as a new interaction point with their consumer. Each item-level event is tracked in Atma.io and subsequently written to MasterCard provenance. With Atma.io, producers can automatically feed in product attribute information for each SKU, like weight, price, and shelf life. Leveraging sensors like Wiliot Bluetooth low-energy technology, produced by Avery Dennison, Atma.io captures real-time temperature along with all of the EPCIS event data for the individual product to chronicle the what, where, when, and why of every step. Moreover, parties can view and receive alerts in the event of item outliers. Atma.io's connected product cloud drives compelling consumer experiences and increases transparency and food safety. When Jess scans the QR code on the pack of wild salmon at the grocery store, she gets to engage with the product to learn more about its complete journey, from sourcing and sustainability policies to nutritional and health-related information. Jess can also access a sequence of all critical events tracked and recorded by Atma.io and authenticated by MasterCard provenance. After purchase, Jess scans the same QR code, but this time, recognizing that it has been purchased, receives a different experience. Based on real-time data pulled from Atma.io about best buy date and the latest product recall information. In case of a food safety issue, Jess gets a real-time push notification alerting her to the issue, in this case, a recall, while providing clear next steps.